Man, shout out to them young niggas on the east side getting they paper. Young nigga about my funds, nigga, I'ma go get a fuck, nigga. I can't run with you, split no crumbs with you. What, nigga? What you dumb, nigga? I can't fuck with you. Young nigga about my funds, nigga, I'ma go get her. I'ma get this money while I can. You won't catch me holding out my hand. I'ma get this money while I can. Being broke something I'll never understand.
So I just need everybody, just one time around the room, everybody state their name, how old you are, and just where you from. Just a general introduction on some shit. You feel me? So start right here and just go around. Just speak up, you feel me? So, yeah, so you feel the mic, you kick whatever you put it down.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Stephon, 24, from Dallas.
I'm Jakar, I'm from Detroit.
How old you is, Jakar?
30.
You 30, straight up?
Yeah.
Don't be ashamed of your age.
Fuck you.
We all young here.
I'm Princess. I turned 30 this coming June. I'm really excited about it. I'm from Las Vegas.
I'm Jordy. I'm 25 and I'm from Los Angeles.
I'm Taylor. I'm 24 and I'm from Cleveland.
I'm Strawberry. I'm 21 and I'm from San Diego.
21 from SD. I'm so sorry for you. I want to thank y'all for coming through. Chris, on a Saturday night, bro. I'm glad y'all took time out of y'all schedule.
I knew you was gonna be looking
I'm glad y'all took time out of y'all schedule to come out and do this. So everybody got the talking points. So first and foremost, somebody asked me the question of the day. What do you think mental health is? And I don't know if anybody ever had a definition for mental health or actually looked up a definition for mental health. But it really wasn't something that I ever really thought about. So what is mental health to you if you just had to put it in just a few words that you could think of off the top of your head? Stephon?
guess you could say a person's well-being.
Well-being, straight up.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow with that.
Somebody's well-being. What you got for the person? What
When I
mental
think of
health
mental
look
health,
like?
I think of, I could agree with well-being, but like your mental well-being, your ability to like regulate your emotions, your coping skills, being able to process different things. Just my thoughts.
I agree with that. I think it's a intellectual well-being, your mental well-being, and like how she said, oh, I just had
It's all good. It's all good.
No,
Take the camera off.
It's all good. I'll make sure I zoom in on your ass too. It's great. But yeah, just you. Mental well-being, overall intellectual stability, pretty much.
right, like, okay, now I remember.
Yeah.
Having coping skills, so like if you're dealing with something stressful, being able to like cope with it and get through it in a healthy way.
Right.
I think that kind of reflects your mental health as well, because we all go through things in life and you want to be able to process those things in a healthy way and still,
Still be able to function.
create positive.
Right. I feel it. What you think, Taylor?
Forgive me, I have a cold, so I feel a sneeze coming on. If I sneeze, please excuse me. But I guess I would say more like your state of mind when you're dealing with certain things. Because like, some people deal with like life-altering things very calmly, but will like quickly react over something really, really small.
Right.
And I feel like that's a problem. Because that, like, that's me. That's me. But, yeah, I guess everything everybody else said, plus your state of mind.
And what you think, Strawberry?
How you take care of your mind, soul, and body. Like, from what you eat to how you rest and go to sleep at night to who you surround yourself around. energy is very strong. So that has a lot to do with mental health, especially if you're an empath.
I feel that. That's dope.
I agree.
So everybody was pretty much on the same lines as far as well-being and stuff like that. But the actual definition for mental health is a person's condition with regards to their psychological and emotional well-being. So everybody was pretty much on the right path without even, I don't know if y'all looked up the definition beforehand, but that's pretty spot on. That's pretty spot on. I like where y'all mind is. Y'all was pretty damn spot on.
Paraphrase.
That's dope. That's dope. I like it. Right. So, at what age did you realize that mental health was a real thing? Like it was something that was affecting you? How early did it come about? Anybody can.
I was 15, 16.
Really?
Yeah.
You could share when it was, or you ain't gotta give the exact.
Background?
Yeah,
I think I watched my mom go through a lot of life stressful events, and just me watching her and seeing what she went through made me aware something's that's a thing, you know. And then I also went through my own thing, just seeing her go through that, and I had more responsibility, so it just made me more aware of the fact that it's a thing and that you need to do certain things to pull yourself out of something bad or
Right.
Mine was definitely late, maybe mid-20s, to be honest. I think as a child, I went through so much that everything was normalized. So I didn't think different because I didn't know different. It wasn't until I had left my home environment, I started to experience other people, different cultures, different outlooks on things, and then really gaining education outside of just my childhood upbringing, going to school, learning about mental health, mental disorders, different communities, disparities, things like that, and then being able to look back at my childhood and identify, my mom's dealing with depression. This is an after, this is the aftermath of this. But I didn't have that understanding until later on when I really kind of educated myself and got out of the environment.
I feel that.
I agree with mine came super late, as in probably the last year.
Okay.
Where I'm from, struggle is normalized. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody struggles. And it's just that's just the thing. Nobody really knows what true happiness is or true happiness with yourself.
Right.
It's just everybody creates an environment to where they feel like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
everybody's just comfortable.
Everybody's just comfortable.
Yeah.
Everybody comfortable with being depressed.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I literally got uncles that just wake up mad and just that nigga angry again. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? So it's when I started, I didn't notice it until somebody helped me notice that I got my own personal problems. People be like, "You depressed? What is that?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What is that? I'm normal from what I thought. You know what I'm saying? So when I go through and I did most of my research trolling off Facebook. Not even gonna lie to y'all. I would be like, "What depressed? What is this?" Look up the actual definition. You be like, "Damn, that's me." You know what I'm saying? So it's just I was a late bloomer with it. I'm just now starting to get my shit together. So
I feel it. You ain't the only one, bro.
It's an everyday thing.
I'm telling you, it's an everyday struggle. What about you? When did you realize mental health was at what age did you realize mental health was real? It was a thing out here in these streets.
Really, when I had to deal with something when I was 22. So around 22, where it was, like I said, we all was probably product of our environments.
Right.
Either way, so it was normalized. I mean, once you hear people's cities, you kind of already got an idea of what they already went through. So, shit, Detroit.
Detroit is what it is.
Like you said, family, everybody all jacked up.
Right.
Nobody want to talk about nothing. It's, it was frowned upon anyway to even mention, you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it was. So, I'm trying to get deep. I had to learn I had to do it on my own. I couldn't reach out to my parents or anybody like that. So that's when it came a realization for me.
It was when you figured out you was all on your own. You figured out you was completely alone. That's when you was like, oh shit. I feel it, bro. Trust me, I feel it. So why do y'all think like it took you? I know you said you was younger when you first figured it out. I was younger when I first figured out about mental health after the passing of my mama when I was 15, and I didn't quite understand it at first. Because like it would be like I would wake up one day and I would just be like, man, fuck the world. And like I wouldn't even want to get out the bed. Like I would just later and one day turned into 2 days and then 2 days turned into 3. So I'm missing school 2 and 3 days at a time. So now I gotta explain to these teachers why I'm not getting up and coming. They think I'm just skipping because they know I got my own shit. I got my own house. I gotta maintain a job. I'm a motherfucking A student, so shit, I'm gonna keep that going while I'm here, goddamn. And I didn't actually realize what I was going through until I got into college. And once I got into college, motherfuckers started prescribing motherfuckers pills and all types of shit. Man, when I tell you it was a pill for everything on the market when I got in college, I was like, okay, cool. So this is what this is for. They was like, oh, you feeling like, and it was crazy because it was other people, like students, my peers that was diagnosing me. They was like, oh man, you ain't been in class in like 3 days, what's going on? Like, I ain't seen you in a few days. I was like, man, I ain't trying to get out the bed, bro. Like, you know, I ain't feeling it today on some shit. And they be like, man, you straight. You look like you depressed, bro. And I'm just like, well, I don't know about all that, but maybe. I was like, oh man, take 2 of these, bro. You'll be all right. So, about 15 to like 20, I was going through it and just didn't know what the fuck was wrong with me. So.
I grew up a very different life because I grew up in foster care. So pills was like normal. Like you act up, you get a pill.
Yeah.
You know? You go room early, you get a pill. Like there's a pill for everything, literally. I didn't really grow up with my family, but I grew up with my family. They're very old school. So it wasn't until like I was a teen that I realized like, okay, there's like some issues here. I mean, they like pretty much raised us on how to deal with your coping skills, breathe and stuff. But I think in the recent 2 years of my life has been a really like wake up call. Like I really have to do this for me, mental health for me, you know. So I'm still learning, although I was exposed to it at a young age. Yeah. But it's helping me open my mind more into the world and like everybody else and what they deal with. So
that's true. That's why I like doing shit like this. That's why I like talking about shit like this. Yeah. Everybody be having their own little thing they be going through, so everybody be wanting to like express themselves, but they don't really know how. And I think it's always better when people get in a setting like this because they hear one person say something and then they be like, oh shit, like that motherfucker do some shit I went through. Like, oh god damn. So yeah, that's why I like doing stuff like this, so people can get that exposure and they can know like you ain't the only one. So we was just talking about medication as well. So do any of y'all have like views on medication as far as mental health go? Yeah. Do y'all feel like they y'all feel like they get pumping us up or y'all just?
I had a bad experience with it. So around that age that I told you, I became aware of mental health because I went through a depression and I took like antidepressant medication to try to treat it, and the side effects were so severe. Right. I literally like my face was like stuck and I couldn't stop. Like I was tweaking. Like on top of that, I'm a very passionate person. Like you know, so like of course I don't want to. If I'm really happy, I'm really happy. If I'm really down, I'm like down. You know, but like so if I was feeling depressed, it felt really bad. But I didn't like that it made me feel like nothing. Yeah. You know, like I didn't feel sad, but I didn't feel great about it either. You know,
just stay up for a minute.
Yeah, and you can't just stop taking it. You have to like wean yourself off. So once I weaned myself off, because you know I didn't obviously like that shit. I started smoking weed.
What you got? As far as medication for mental health, do you feel like you just need your weed? Do you feel like you? Do you feel like you? I mean, that's a form of medication. You feel?
It is.
Do you feel like you the Percocets don't do it for you? You need some Adderall? You don't want to take no pills?
I've never been prescribed like antidepressants. I've never like accepted them if they were offered to me. I was scary, so
you on your Kanye shit.
yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I don't think I wouldn't go to the doctor to get prescribed meds. I think I would just go to talk it out and let it out like verbally.
You want to go to therapy instead of taking medication?
Yeah, but I guess that's like a form of like.
I think therapy is good too.
Talk therapy.
I don't even think that paying for it is necessary.
So you just want to talk. You don't want to just send a therapist to talk.
It depends, because sometimes having those like outside opinions on your situation can like be beneficial, but. I don't know, like everybody in my business. So I'm kind of just like, my dad is my therapist, and I'm just so thankful for him, because if I didn't have him,
it's good to have people like
for
you.
it. I would be paying for it, but talking to somebody who is older, I guess it's like he's my mentor, but it's like my dad too.
Yeah. So he's got your back too.
Yeah, like he's not gonna tell me no bullshit. Like, and he gonna keep it all the way raw with me. Yeah. And that's what I appreciate. That's what I appreciated him being my parent.
Right.
But you know, sometimes I can't be all the way raw with him. I mean, I can tell me that I can, but I just be like, I don't need you to tell your wife that. Like,
right.
You be sharing too much, and I just be like, Because then she want to call me and talk to me about it. And I'm like, no.
I got a lot of different thoughts. Like, listen to y'all, and I think it's just because like my background. So meds. I have 2 mental health diagnoses. One of which at one point in time I did take meds for, and I will say like during that time I was having a lot of issues regulating my emotions, and like my body wasn't functioning the way it needed to function. I couldn't sleep. I was having panic attacks, so they gave me medication to help me sleep. It was helpful. So in that regard, like I know that it worked. Like the purpose of it was effective. Mm-hmm. I work in mental health right now, and I've seen patients that have like very severe mental health disorders, right? And not everyone can, smoke weed and do things like that. Right. And I've literally seen like day one to where they're like here, and then being prescribed certain meds that we know are effective because of clinical studies, and seeing them a week or 2 later and then reporting like, I don't feel like killing myself like I felt 2 weeks ago. Right. Like I've seen the progress of drugs. Like I get some people are just like, no, I can't do meds.
So is it just like meds in like more severe cases, or for people with like a milder form of depression? You feel me?
I want to say the patients I tend to see are more. It's not mild, more moderate, more severe, and their bodies are not regulating like they should be. So the meds do work. And I get it, like not everyone like, hey, it doesn't always work. Because the other sad part about medicine, realistically thinking about it, is it's a practice. Mm-hmm. If you listen to anybody talk, like doctors have practices. Mm-hmm. So it's not, I know that 5 milligrams of this medication works. It's like your body's different. Everyone's has to adjust. So it's like they're practicing on you. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try 5 first, and we'll see if that works. And 5 might not work for that person. It might take 10. And it's unfortunate that you have to go through those kind of things. Like you having the side effects of your meds. Yeah. It sucks. But I've also seen like it's effective in a lot of cases. When it comes to therapy, I'm a counselor. So I'm like, listen, it's like, I get it. When you're comfortable with somebody, you're comfortable talking to them. But the problem, like when it comes to talking to your family, is they don't have that other outlook. We as family members, I care about you. I will enable you. The bad behavior that you're telling me you're doing, I can kind of sit and say, hey, that's wrong. Or I can like, justify like, I get why you did it, and that's what you want to hear. Like I want to hear that what I did was okay because you understand the reason why I'm doing it. Right. Vice going to a counselor and they're going to say, no, that's not right. So how do we change this behavior? Like really forcing you to to look in the mirror at yourself and what you're doing and holding you accountable. And not really them holding you accountable, making you hold yourself accountable. Because I have to do this shit every day. I have patients, they do stuff and it's just like, okay, well, and it's like, you want me to validate where you're at. I get it, you're angry, this is okay, all right, but is this the correct behavior? Like, make you think about what you're saying.
Right.
And I get it, because I'm not gonna lie, I had somebody put the mirror up to me. I had to look at my shit. Things that I do, all this, it's an ongoing thing. And that's like, I guess I talk about like emotional regulation because I'm one of those people that were like, when I'm at a 10, I'm at a 10.
Yeah.
And I have to sit there and think like, damn, do I deserve to be at a 10 right now? Is this a situation where I should be at a 10, or is this a situation where I'm upset about it, but honestly I should be at a 3? Like, you made me mad, but I shouldn't want to like throw your ass down the stairs. Right. That's where I'm at. Like you said some shit to me and I want to fight you, but it's like, why am I at that level? You know, like, okay, you hurt me. You disrespected me. You know, instead of me being like, I'm so angry. It's not that I'm angry. I'm hurt. I'm disappointed. There's a
range of emotions.
Outside of anger. Because I talk to my patients about that. Like, they'll be like, I'm angry. What's behind that? Because I get you angry. We can establish that's normal. That's normal. That's normal. What's behind that shit?
Let's travel through that.
So,
what's next? What's next? And you know, it's so funny that you mentioned that because I didn't go through therapy to like get there.
Right.
I think I just kind of got there. Like, I mean, I made some. I reflect on. I did at some point cry in my bed talking about some whiny.
That'd be the hardest thing.
It was a long 2 weeks full of tears, and like I have no tears left. Like I
look in the mirror.
It was hard.
That look in the mirror ain't no joke.
It was hard, and then like you say, like the range of emotions.